What is up, everyone? It's Mr.StealUrGurl coming back at you with another Supreme Commander 2 cast. This one was not sent in by Alpha Hex. I repeat, not sent in by Alpha Hex, and Alpha Hex is not even in this game. I'm just playing anyhow. Alpha Hex sends in a whole bunch of replays. That is kind of a hint for the rest of you to get on sending me replays so they may be cast just like this one. And of course the match is on the iconic Open Palms, which is the end-all be-all for Supreme Commander 2. Let us see who the players are. I will tell you who sent this in at the end of the match. So here we go. We got ours spawning in as the orange Aeon Commander, dropping down 2 land factories. That is something nice. I kind of like the placement here. Could do well with being closer to the mass points, but you know what? What do I know? I like how it's out further and protected by a shield when that comes up, so he could see about here, maybe. So being further out is actually a good thing in that case. And his opponent, unknowndesire7. I think we have seen an unknowndesire, and I'm sorry I had to say it in that voice because unknowndesire is such a name that you could easily do that with. So unknowndesire is spawning in as the blue Cyber Commander, dropping down a research station and only 1 land factory. I like that radar. Gotta have the radar, especially in shorter rush distance maps like this. You could get in your enemy's face really fast, and ACU rushes could be a big pain in the butt. Unknowndesire dropping down has queued up 2 more land factories. That is definitely going to cause a problem for ours here. Ours with 3 mobile missile launchers. He's really thinking about getting up in there and harassing his opponent's base. But right now they're kind of useless because it appears unknowndesire is starting out a cyber flank at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2 minutes 50 seconds. Kind of not good timing for that. You kind of really want to get that cyber flank out as soon as possible, but it appeared that unknowndesire wanted to see what he's dealing with before he committed to 3 land factories. With 3 land factories in a research station, that's a really strong opener. So that's probably why he's doing that. It's kind of late, but it's having the same effect regardless. But you know, it's causing ours to be stuck within his base, and expanding in back against a Cybran is actually not a good thing to do at all. But I don't think ours was expecting the raiders to come by, because if they slip by, everything in back is going to get damaged, and that engineer could just kiss himself goodbye. In this situation, you definitely want to be expanding up front and push your defenders out in this area, but that could cause problems as well, as your opponent could just push right here, build a couple factories, and be able to bombard your forward mass points quite easily with tactical missiles off on the factories, or even get mobile missile launchers and do the same thing. Just stick and move. It could be very obnoxious. And ours, really ineffective to have 2 characters, 2 units I could build on 1 factory. That's extremely ineffective, especially in this game. That's a Supreme Commander 2, Supreme Commander 1, Forge Alliance, and a total annihilation type of thing. It's better if 1 was on the land factory and 1 was on the air, but it seems like ours really wants to get out this we do both. So it doesn't exactly not help. You know, it doesn't. It helps a little bit. The effectiveness has been reduced quite a bit. And nice bombing run there, taking out 2 Brackmen. These things are very dangerous here in the center, because you could clump up those Brackmen, and those units coming right up the hill will get utterly destroyed. And another bombing run, taking out 2 Brackmen. That is such a loss here in this center area, as you want a decent amount of Brackmen as well as a decent amount of loyalists. Now, ours searching for things to destroy, dropping bombs on that, what's that guy called? Dropping bombs on that engineer, taking him out in the second pass as Unknown Desire desires to repair him, that engineer, but that engineer was not repairable. It'd be really great to see that yummy mass, yes, Alpha Hex, I am talking to you, be sucked up and eaten. And I talk to Alpha Hex sometimes in my videos, because I know for sure he is watching. He comments on every single one, and I definitely appreciate that, because, you know, it's always great to have viewers who support you. So thank you for that, and thank you to the person who sent this video in. That is also great support, and those of you who have watched and participated in the StealSpeaks Open, I really greatly appreciate you as well. And it looks like Shotjas on the field really would good. You know, I like the long-range point defense placement. Oh, unit detonate there by Unknown Desire, taking out a large chunk of ours unit, ours blob right there. It'd be really great to see ours get a factory right. Oh yes, that's wonderful. It'd be great to get those Shotjas right here under the shields, taking out anything that decides to walk down here. These Shotjas are a really great counter to a loyalist spam, but there's the problem of going against Cybran. Boom, down goes the loyalist, as those loyalists just really injure all of those We-Do boats. Now, Cobra's on the field being really obnoxious. Like I said, just sticking and moving right there, taking out that forward mass. It'd be really great if ours would get those Shotjas right here. So anytime they came in the range, they would just get blapped. And he wouldn't have to move them, turn them around. This really slows down that army right there. So if the Shotjas just hung out right underneath these shields, they would do so much good here. And an expansion already, and I like seeing the expansion, but that is going to be so hard to defend, considering you got this going on right here. All Unknown Desire has to do is just walk a few units that way, and there'd be not much he could do. Unknown Desire pushing in. Oh, unit detonate, taking out a large amount of ours. This utter mayhem in ours' base going on here. Losing the point defense and the wreckage of the mass point, so it's going to cost full price to put that back down, and losing a factory and that point defense once again, and the wreckage, so much damage, and the wreckage of that factory is just gone. Ours is in a very bad position, as Unknown Desire is continuing his expansion. I don't know what ours is going to do right now. There's a blob coming in, destroying a research station. That is such a painful loss. Ours is getting pushed on. Unknown Desire is taking so much land from ours. It is really ridiculously painful to watch. Ours got the chrome shield on the tanks. That's a good thing, but it is like a little bit too late, because look at all of those adapters. It'd be really smart if Unknown Desire just spammed a few more adapters. This death ball right here would be so powerful. He also needs to spam a few more Cobras. Some of those mobile missile launchers would do so well right now, and just mobile missile launch his way into there. He would do so well. Those Shotjas would take down some of the shields of the adapters, and he could just stick and move with that. He has a few free shots. I think he's going for a snipe, but that is not going to work, considering all of the point defense right there. The point defense are just going to do so much damage, but ours taking lots of Brackman fire right to the face. See, now that's a concave point defense. That is going to be so... What the heck? Are you serious right now? And a long-range artillery cannon has been built with a high damage air tower. That's a good way to defend it. Wow. It's only a matter of time before ours is routed from here. Factories going down. Overkilling the factory, destroying the wreckage. Factories and point defense going down. That long-range artillery could just be pointed at mass points for a while and just starve this guy out. Shooting at the factory right now may not be extremely effective considering he only has one artillery piece that's not strong enough to really destroy a factory effectively. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Nice little defense there with the loyalists as well as that high damage air tower. I'd like to see those loyalists spread out just a tiny bit, but, you know, it's good that they're there either way. But the front is definitely being pushed by Unknown Desire. Is that a second? No, just one firing right now. It'd be really, really, really smart to be aiming. Oh, there you go. Nice. Nice. Aiming for these mass points, like I'm saying, they don't move, and it just takes. They're easier to destroy right now. And research stations going down for ours. This research station's days are definitely going to be numbered. So is that factory. As soon as this blob sees it, and just as I say that, this blob is making a beeline to this expansion. It'd be really, really smart of Unknown Desire to expand and just keep up the pressure. He is building a bunch of energy because these long-range artillery cannons are extremely, extremely energy expensive. And teleport being researched, jumping in there, forcing Unknown Desire to structure detonate a factory, and unit detonate taking out more units as they are going for kind of like a trade off almost here, but there are very little units on the ground for ours. Ours again is, I don't know how he's going to do anything against this because there's 4 artillery pieces. Now at 4 artillery pieces you could definitely focus down any factory you want and just keep your units at home protecting your commander, because teleports on the field, telesnipes are a real thing. Aeon army right now with Chrome Shield and teleport is an extremely dangerous thing to pretty much any commander. It'd be really wise of Unknown Desire to start putting down some point defense in certain areas, because that is going to be a problem. He needs to research Jump Jet with his units, or research some sort of speed boost, because he's not going to be able to keep up with this. The commander's going back there trying to take care of that, but this could actually be enough to destroy a commander, depending on the upgrades. Teleported him back. Walking back there uncontested right now. Point defense is being hurried to be built, but it's not going to happen. Just a little too late at this point. Now the air could come in and just take this area out without any repercussions. Those, wow, those that's a big loss there for Unknown Desire, because those are extremely expensive. And as you can see, Unknown Desire tried to structure detonate one, but it did not take out the units. So these units right here are gonna have free range on everything back here, and it appears that ours is making a comeback with unit count, and that's gonna be really good for him. And air coming into play for Unknown Desire, it could be useful, but at this point in the game I don't know if you'd want to be investing in that, because you really have to have some time to build more air units. And these air units, no, they are stock, except for I think he got the cost down. As you can see, lots of mayhem going off in Unknown Desire's base, because that's what happens when Aeon gets to teleport. It's almost overpowered. 2 armies. Wow, that lucky mass extractor. This one not so lucky, just health just draining off of that thing. And it appears that Unknown Desire has repelled some of the attackers from his base, but these are core mass extractors here getting destroyed. Those are worth so much mass, and they are just
destroyed.
What? Well, I guess boom, down goes Unknown Desire. I mean, he just did not desire to continue this match, and for pretty good reason, because teleport is very powerful. Chrome shields and teleport are extremely powerful. I mean, you could teleport in and out and just do so much damage to your opponent's eco, as we have seen right here. And he did a really good job at keeping away from structured detonate. One way to have countered this would be to have sprinkled energy generators just all throughout the area, and maybe even put some point defense. That would have been a pretty okay counter, but it still would have sucked, because if your opponent has really good control, those point defense are not going to kill them in a pretty good amount of time. And plus, there's an Air Force here that could really help. Really could have helped ours in this area. Just take out the point defense with a couple of bomber passes, and he would have been totally fine. And there is the winner. Ours just chilling. I can't believe he pulled that off, because Unknown Desire was doing a really great job. I am trying to get a really good picture of the winner. I think this is pretty good right here. But anyhow, ours was the one who sent in the replay, and we must all thank him for it, because that was a really good match. Thank you very much for playing such a great match with Unknown Desire. Anyhow, thank you for your support. Thank you for waiting so long for me to cast it, because I was doing the StealSpeaks Open, and that took a lot of my time. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to, for sure, share with your friends, family, and foes, because they need something interesting to watch, too. And as always, everyone, GG.